Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to show you few new iOS 14 features. So iOS 14 is still currently in beta, but you can install it using the public program. So you can check out the other video for that. And the public release will be available in end September, I think, if they follow the usual pattern of every year. So the biggest highlight of iOS 14 is the new widgets. So now you can get widgets on your home screen, which can be arranged and multiple sizes are available for multiple widgets. And the widgets can be stacked on top of each other to create a dynamic smart widget, which learns your user pattern and changes accordingly. So to add a new widget, just hold anywhere on the empty part of screen, then click on plus. So here you can see preview of all the widgets which are available. So you can decide from this, or you can want a specific widget, just go to the app. And if you click on this app, you can see preview of all the sizes and what it will look like on your home screen. So here you can see all the sizes available, and then click on add widget and it will go to your home screen. And if you want to remove it, just click on the minus icon while you're in. So now there's a new app library where all your apps are organized according to folder by the categories. So all the apps are arranged automatically. You can't change it manually, but it's organized automatically for now. And you can see all the folders are there. So you can search for apps here, and you can also search by A to Z format if you like to search like this. So now if you have multiple home screen on your phone, you can hide your home pages. So just again go into edit mode and click on the three dot, and if you uncheck any home page, it will disappear from your home screen, but all the apps will still be available in app library. And if you want to bring something back, just go again and check it. So if you click on some app and then go into edit page and you click on remove, so you can see there's a new minus icon instead of X. So there's a new option. So you can either delete the app or you can put it in home screen. You can also interact with apps directly from app library. So if you long press, you will get the haptic feedback. So this is a new feature in iOS 14, double tap to back. So you can double tap on back of your phone to execute certain command. To turn that on, just go to settings, then go inside accessibility, then go inside touch, and here scroll down to the bottom and you will see something as double tap. So from here you can select either double tap or triple tap to execute certain command. So you can select all the options available there. So in this I'm going to show you control center. So if I select control center here, and then if I double tap the phone, you can see I have double tap on the back, it will bring control center to the screen. So you can see a double tap on the back and you will get the thing. So previously when you opened your AirPods, you get a pop-up on your screen showing the battery percentage. But now in iOS 14, when your device is paired, it will give you a notification on top of your screen. Messages also got a lot of new features in iOS 14. So when you launch messages, the first thing you will see visually is the new filter option on the top left corner. So if you click on the filter, you can see all the messages are now categorized into 6 categories. So they are all messages, known senders, unknown sender, transaction, promotion, and junk. So you can see all the messages are sorting according to your categories. So now the next thing is about groups. So if you are in some kind of iMessage group, now you can reply to a specific person inside the group. So just long press on a message and then you can click reply. So this reply will go directly to that person or to that message inside the group. So he will know you're replying to which message accordingly. You can also mention people inside group chat. So if you write someone's name, you can mention them directly. You can see the name will appear there and this message will be forwarded to them. So they will get a notification if you're mentioning someone in the group. So you can also see there's a new icon. So there are bubbles on top. So people who are most active have the largest bubble. You can also change the group icon. So you can also pin contacts on top of your screen messages app. So your pin contacts will appear on top. You can pin up to 9 contacts and you can unpin them if you want, or you can pin someone if you want on the top of screen. Apple Music. So when you launch Apple Music, the first thing you will see is a new design. So Apple Music has been changed and For You has been replaced by Listen Now. So Listen Now shows all the curated content of whatever songs you play often or you want to play next. And your library is there, your normal library, your songs, album, artist, whatever offline song or your library is there. And the search has also got some new redesign, so it will show some categories. And if you search for a song, there's now more filters. So you can, for example, if you search for some song and click on the result, you can see there will be more filters to sort out from. So there are new filters. And when you play the song, the player has also been changed. So now the whole album artwork is taken up by the player. So the player background is according to the album artwork, which looks very good. So you can see in the control center, you can add this from control center settings. So it will show you how loud the song is playing. So if you fluctuate the sound, you can see if you change the sound, it will decrease or increase. So it will say whether you are listening to the song very loudly or to the normal healthy. So iOS 14 got system-wide picture-in-picture mode. So if you're inside any app, any third-party app also, and you're watching something, for example, inside Netflix, if you're watching some TV show or movie, to enter picture-in-picture mode, just keep your app in full screen and then minimize it. So it will automatically go into picture-in-picture mode. A floating widget will come on your screen. You can resize it by pinching, or you can double tap also to resize. You can also move around on the side. It will just pick up. So Safari. So Safari also got some new changes. So inside Safari, if you're visiting some kind of website, and then you click on the top left corner, that is the note kind of icon. So click on that and you can see something as tracking report. So now you can get a tracking report of all the trackers that website is using to track you for targeted ads. So you can see whatever kind of tracker and what tracker the websites are using to track you. And the second one is translation. So if you are visiting some website which is not in a language or system language or a native language, so now you can translate directly from the browser. So there is a translator built inside Safari. So for example, if you visit this website is in a different language, a translate icon will appear on the top. So you can use that to translate into the language. So it will translate automatically into English, but I don't know, it is not working in this beta. It will be available in the future betas, I think. So now Siri has a new UI. So when you launch Siri, you can see it doesn't take up the whole screen like before. So a small ball-like icon appears on the bottom of a screen, and if you ask Siri something, it will give you answer as a kind of a notification. So if you see, a notification like shade will appear from the top of your screen. So if you ask Siri something, a notification like pop-up will come on top of your screen and give you the information. So it doesn't obstruct the whole screen. You can still continue to do whatever you are doing and ask Siri something. And this works for everything, whatever you ask Siri or ask Siri to do any task. So new call UI for incoming calls. So you can see now when you get a call, it doesn't take up the whole screen. A notification like shade comes from the top. You can also swipe up. And now if you click on it, it will enter full screen, and you can minimize this also. So you can just swipe to minimize. It won't disturb you or it won't obstruct the work you are doing. So there's a new sleep tracking feature inside the Health app. So if you go inside Health app, you will see something as sleep tracking. So now you can use your iPhone to track your sleep. So you can set this up. And if you have an Apple Watch, there's a new sleep tracking feature in WatchOS 7 also. So this will track your sleep. You can use this from your phone also, but if you have Apple Watch, it will track your heart rate and everything. And you can set this up manually or automatically. So to alert you every day to set your sleep timing, it will notify you. So now you can search emojis also. So if you go to the emoji keyboard, you can see you can just search directly of all the according to categories. Also, you can search specific emojis. Just click on search and it will show all the relevant emojis and you can select from that. So inside maps, if you search for some city in maps, it will act as a travel guide. So it will give you all the relevant information and all the guide for that city. So I don't think it is currently live in India. And you can also get routes for cycling. So there's a new cycling feature also, but this is also not currently live. So weather app also got some new features. So if you're inside the weather app, you can now see hour by hour forecast or minute by minute forecast for certain cities. So it is not currently live in India, but it will be available in the future, and also shows the air quality index directly. So it's not yet showing this minute by minute forecast, but it will in the future betas. So the Translate app. So let's go inside Translate app. So you can see there's a new app, Translate. Typical Translate app, you can translate with your voice or you can type something up to translate to. Currently it supports some 8 to 10 languages, so you can speak to it to translate, or there's a new option. So this is called conversation mode. So when you tilt your phone, so go into landscape mode, you can talk to one another. So two people can have a conversation with this. So just tilt your phone like this, and then you can see. So let me turn off rotation lock. So now we're in conversation mode. So if you speak something, the phone will know the language and it can translate into the target language. So if I speak something in English and want to translate to Spanish, it will translate. And then the other person can speak and it will translate. So you can use this for a conversation for back to flow. So inside the Photos app, you can now add caption to a specific photo. Just swipe up the photo and just type in the caption you want to add. So previously, if you edited some video inside the Photos app, while it is rendering, it will take up the whole screen. So now if you edit something and click on done, so once it starts rendering, it won't take up the whole screen. It will just appear on the bottom showing rendering and the progress is shown there. Document scanner also got some changes. So if you long press on the notes icon or 3D touch, you will get a new option as a scan document. So it will open as document scanner, so you can scan document from this. And this is now improved, so it will take control shadows better and all the options there. So now when you're inside the camera app and you're trying to take a video, you can quickly switch between the video quality and frame rate from the camera app itself. Previously this was only in iPhone 11, but now you can also do this in iPhone XS and XR. So you can quickly switch. So you can turn this on by going inside settings, accessibility, then scroll down and see sound recognition. So turn this on and you can select specific tone, specific sound. The iPhone will be listening to that sound and it will warn you if they hear that sound, such as fire alarms or water tap. So this is mainly useful for people who are hard of hearing. You can also put a shortcut for this on Control Center. So there's a new search option in the storage tab. So if you go inside general iPhone storage, you can see on the top right corner there's a new lens option. So if you click on that lens, you can search for any app and see how much storage that app is using. So you can manage apps from here also. So when you're inside some app and you're very deep inside, you can either go back. So it will take you one page back. But now there's an option to select what page you want to go back to. Either to the first page or to a middle page. You can select that from here. There's a new enhanced voice note option inside notes. So if you're inside voice memo, you select the audio and click on edit. There is a new enhance option to enhance your audio. So there's a new indicator for any app which is using camera or microphone. So you can see if I'm calling someone, there's an orange dot on top of your screen. So orange means microphone and green means camera. So if you go inside Control Center, you can see the recently used app access to microphone or camera. So from here you can see whatever app use microphone or camera. So this is good if any app is snooping around without your access. So now there's a new privacy option for photos accessed by a certain app. So if you go inside privacy, then click on photos. So here you can see photos. So if you open photos, you can see all the apps which can access photo. And if you go inside a particular app, you can see the options. So now you can give selected photos access to a particular app. So it can't access all your photos or the photos you give permission to. So now you will get an alert on your iPhone when your watch is fully charged. It will appear on a notification center and also on the top of screen. 4K and HDR content support on the YouTube app and Safari. So app clips are small lightweight app which should be less than 10 megabyte, and it's useful when an app is required for certain tasks. So you have to just scan a barcode and that app will open up and you can do that task without downloading the main app. So now in iOS 14, software updates and Siri voices and all the Apple TV shows and everything can be downloaded itself from mobile data. No need for Wi-Fi.